It's time to make some more pecan butter. So I just made a batch before this one and I discovered something. So what I tried different this time, because you know how I was having the problem with it kind of just going up the side and not wanting to kick over to load the blades up, and it was taking longer to make. I put them in there straight out of the deep freeze. So these things are cold, and all I did was just lightly roast about a handful, and that's it. And those are on the top. We're going to add our ingredients, which is cinnamon and sea salt. And we have right here, you can see the amount. We have 4 cups of frozen pecans. We have half a teaspoon of sea salt and a teaspoon of cinnamon, a heaping teaspoon. So the last batch I just did earlier took about 7 minutes. So this is going to be a little bit, it's going to sound pretty loud because they're frozen, and it's going to happen a lot quicker. So right about the 1 minute mark, we're going to start it. So that's exactly 3 minutes, because we started 1 minute into the video. And see how much faster it's going with the frozen pecans. Last time I blended it for 7 minutes. So you can look at the counter on the video and subtract a minute, and that's how long it's been. So we're coming up to 4 minutes. This is a good texture right here, but I'm going to let it go. You want it to kind of get rid of all of the lumps. So whenever it stops pulling in those balls like it's doing, you know it's done. That way it's all blended consistently. But you could stop it right now and it would be excellent. So we're coming up on 4.5 minutes now. We could almost have a 5-minute pecan butter here. Coming up on 5 minutes. So we could stop it right there and that would be good. So I'm going to stop it right there and check the texture just to see. I'm curious. So that was 5 minutes right there. Let me get my tasting spoon, my little bamboo tasting spoon, and see what we have with our texture. Oh yeah, that is amazing. Wow. See, I like it just like that. So that's 5 minutes. Just for the video's sake, we'll do it for another 2 minutes and see if it makes a difference. So I'll start the blender at exactly 7 minutes into the video. So we'll do it for another 2 minutes. So we'll start it right now. Almost. There we go. There you go. So that's exactly 7 minutes of blending. So remember before on the last video it was 125 degrees. Well, now it's like in the 80s, and the highest thing I find is a 90. So just in case we're, you know, I don't want to get rid of any beneficial nutrients that could be burned away from heat. So that's another reason why I wanted to experiment with this. And I don't have to stop, and it blends a lot quicker. So flat out, if you start it from start to finish, you can do this in 7 minutes. You could actually do it in 5 minutes, and it still has the perfect texture. So if you want it a little bit smoother, go up to 7 minutes, but it's perfect at 5. So now we got a 5-minute pecan butter video that I'm going to do next. This one's technically a 7-minute pecan butter because I blended it for 7 minutes. And you don't need to see me put this in here. I'm sure you don't care about me putting it in here because It'll fill, I guess I'll go ahead and do it, but it'll fill this thing up. So we're listening to Poker Face in the background, and I guess it would have been smart if I would have taken out the blade first. Let's do the right thing. Echo, next. I'm sure I triggered somebody, sorry about that. But that was a little bit too obnoxious of a song for putting pecan butter in a jar. We'll save that for a little bit later. We'll put that here on this happy little plate. So yeah, I want to give a big shout out to We the People on YouTube. I'll put the link in the chat. I want to start featuring YouTube channels in my pecan butter videos. So he is a truck driver. Pretty sure it's owner operator. He has 2 trucks, I'm pretty sure. He can correct me in the comments. But We the People on YouTube. He does live streams pretty much every day whenever he's in his truck. And I'm not sure exactly what he's always hauling, but I know he hauls merchandise, food, I'm pretty sure. But he can, again, correct me in the chat room. I mean, in the if he's in the chat right now, go ahead and feel free to correct me. And leave a comment below the video and correct me, or just tell everybody what you haul most of the time. And I'm sure people are interested. But go check him out. He's got a really cool channel. The best way to start your day is Red Cactus on YouTube, the sunrise videos, and then jump over into We the People after she's done. So that would be cool, because you'll find me in both of those chat rooms throughout the day. You'll find me, I'll start my day when I get up in Red Cactus's chat room, and she lives in Arizona and has her camera pointed towards the sun, and it's really beautiful every morning. There's a good community of people that are gathering, and the channel's growing. So yeah, check out Red Cactus. I'll put that link below in the description as well. And let's see, Ride Along Gang is another chat room that I'm always hanging out in. He just doesn't know it. I do a lot of lurking whenever I'm working in the background. So some of the chat rooms I don't chat in just because I'm busy working, and some of them I do. Just depends on the time of day. All right, so this made a little bit more. This is not fitting in here all the way. So yeah, and I can't really see any air pockets. So yeah, that's we're gonna have to take some of that out of there. All right, and one of the next videos I'm gonna be doing, it's gonna be my candy that I make. It's kind of an ice cream. So what I do is, this is grass-fed butter and cinnamon right here, grass-fed butter and cinnamon, and honey. And the honey that I use is the cleanest honey I could find. It's this stuff right here. So if you want some good honey, and it's been tested for 130 different pollutants, and it's got an award for cleanliness there. So it's the cleanest honey I could find. It's pretty pricey. It's like $10 or $11 for one of these, but I don't eat it that much. So I take a spoonful of this honey, and then I take a pretty good amount of butter, as you can see, grass-fed butter and cinnamon, and then I take this pecan mixture here. So I take the pecan butter, and I do it just like this. We're going to do this just kind of a bonus in this video, and we're going to take some out of the jar too to make some room. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly, and I'll show you what I do with this. It's actually a nutritional dessert, if you want to say. It's a nutrition dense. Pecans are good for you. The honey's okay for you, even though it does spike your sugar a little bit. So I take about that much, maybe a little bit more, and then I mix it. You got to do it when it's warm. So sometimes, turn down, poker face there, they're yelling at me. So you got to do this when it's warm. So you might have to put it in a toaster oven to heat it up, just to get it a little warm so the butter melts. You want the butter to melt. And then you mix it just like this. And I know it looks kind of weird right now, but trust me. And once you mix this like this and you get it perfectly all mixed up, put it in the deep freeze or the freezer, whichever one you got closest to you, because you're going to want to eat this as fast as possible. And you're going to be surprised. It's kind of like a pecan pie dessert, but cold in a way. It's like an ice cream, so I don't eat ice cream anymore. This is my kind of dessert. Now, I made a little bit more than normal, just because I wasn't really paying that much attention how much I put in there with the video. So yeah, this is a little bit bigger batch than I would normally be eating. Yeah, this is a meal right here by itself. So yeah, I made almost twice as much. Not quite, but pretty close to it. So it's usually a little bit darker. I added too much pecan butter at this time. It's usually a little bit darker, so it's going to dilute the cinnamon taste a little bit. But you put, oh, it's something I'm leaving out. How much cinnamon you're going to ask? I put a half a teaspoon of cinnamon in this this mixture here. So to make this pecan pie dessert, or whatever you want to call it, it's half a teaspoon. And as you can see, it's not as dark. Well, you don't know what it looked like before, but it's usually a little bit darker because of this. The cinnamon's usually not diluted so much by the pecan butter. But anyway, so that's pretty good. I'm probably going to add a little bit more cinnamon in this. Let's just do it right now, and then I'm going to throw this in the deep freeze. And you're going to be surprised if you do this, how good it is. And it's not bad for you. And the cinnamon kind of counters the honey that you put in there, because the cinnamon is it helps modulate your blood sugar. So I got a YouTube channel in the background. I'm listening to Pro Tinker Toys YouTube live stream. So that's what you hear in the background. And if you hear an explosion every now and then, Camp Swift is setting off bombs today. It scared the crap out of me twice already, and it shakes the house. And that thing is probably, they're probably what, 12 miles from here? Who knows? 10 or 12 miles from here. And when they set off their weapons, it's pretty intense. So I know that doesn't look very appealing right now, but trust me, we're going to put this in the deep freeze. And after I eat today, this will be a nutritional treat, because there's nothing in there that's bad for you. Like I said, the cinnamon the honey, it does spike your sugar a little bit, but it's not that much honey in there. And this is the best honey I've found when it comes to cleanliness and the taste and the texture. Just look at that stuff. Yeah, doesn't get any better than that. So that's the little dessert there that I eat pretty much every day, and it's not giving me any problems. My health is only improving daily. So this is how much pecan butter we made, plus what's left in here that I'm going to clean out, and I'll be eating that off video, obviously. So there we go. And something at the store, if you're going to pay for this, 10 ounces of this is about 12 to 13 bucks. That's the cheapest I could find. So if you're going to get a jar that's this big at the store, you're going to pay close to 28 to 30 bucks for it, of real organic. And it's not even organic, the stuff in the store. This is stuff off the property. I don't spray the trees. I don't have a spray program. So it is organic and as close to home as you can get. I didn't make it on solar power today because it's cloudy, and I just didn't want to use any of my battery reserves. And this was kind of a video that just like, okay, I got to show this now, because look how fast I can make this stuff. I can do it in 5 minutes. You didn't need to do the extra 2 minutes like I did. And it really didn't change the texture at all. It's still nice and creamy. So Love you all. And again, check out We the People on YouTube, Red Cactus, Ride Along Gang, and I'll be featuring other channels like Natasha Maeve pretty soon, and anybody else. Leave a comment in the chat if you want me to help feature your channel on these videos, and I'll just start putting your links in the description as well. And if you don't know who Natasha Maeve is, check out Natasha Maeve. I'll put her link in the description. She has some really cool songs out, and she's probably in the works of producing more, knowing her. Who knows? But everything she puts out is awesome. All right, love you all. We made pecan butter. We're making it faster and faster each time, and it gets better and better. So lower temperature this time, which is better, and faster, which is better, and it tastes just as good, if not better. And you don't have to roast them. See, I see a lot of people doing that on the interwebs. They're roasting them. I can't tell any difference, really. Just by roasting that handful of them, to me, has the same flavor than roasting all of them, because I think when you roast all of them, you're taking some kind of nutrient value out of them. Maybe some kind of enzyme or something, who knows. But to me, the more you cook your food, the more you're taking the nutrition away. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Love you all, and we'll do this again soon. Echo. Play Stalker by Poker Face from Plex.
Playing by Poker Face from the album Made in America.
Your number, I'm dialing each and every night. I'm the voice of your nightmares and keeps you awake.